Hi ETers, it's Joel again. It's Thursday, so time for another video, and today, seeing as there are no questions on the Facebook page, I'm going to try and improve your performance in about the next 2 minutes or so. So it's a quick task, and you can do with a pen and paper. I'd like you to get that pen and paper, and I'd like you to write down how much you love the following out of 10. So the first one is your sport. How much do you love your sport out of 10? Second one, how much do you love your teammates and your club mates out of 10? Controversial one there, don't post to the Facebook group if it's below 5. Third one, how much do you love your opponents out of 10? The people that you see as rivals or those you race against in training and also at events. And fourthly, how much do you love yourself out of 10? So you've got how much do you love your sport, how much do you love your teammates, how much do you love your opponents, and how much do you love yourself out of 10? Now, total up your scores. The score is obviously out of 40. Now, we have to agree on a couple of things here. So the first is, do we agree that the aim of moving all of those forwards, getting the highest score possible, is something that will improve your performance? Have a little think about that. Now you've totaled up your scores hopefully by now, and you might be interested to learn that when this is done with elite athletes, the score on average is about, have a guess, 21. But what we see is those with higher scores are generally better performers. Interesting. So let's have a think about each of those. Well, how much do you love your sport at 10? I mean, that's obvious. If you love it more, you'll train more. You'll therefore probably compete more. It makes sense. We'll move on. How much do you love your teammates? Well, there's almost no either kind of religious or secular philosophies that don't agree that we are built and created to live in service and community with and for other people. So it makes sense that if we love our teammates more, we build something that is in line with a core value that most of us across a kind of global population share. So that makes sense as well. But what about our opponents? That's an interesting one. How much we love our opponents can improve our performance. That's what this is suggesting. Do you agree or not? Well, here's the interesting thing. When we go to a race, or when we're in a position where we are in a competition with our opponents, we might find that there's kind of a fight or flight response. And that stress, if we see that person as an enemy, releases cortisol, and that inhibits performance. It increases stress, which is known to inhibit performance. So that physiological or psychophysiological process that's going on reduces our performance. If instead we can see them as someone who can help support us to our best performance, and see ourselves as someone who can help them to their best performance, that's known to increase our performance capacity. So actually the way our feelings for our opponents can directly influence our performance. This is well enough accepted that for the Sydney Olympics in 2000 there was a video made, and one of the videos was entitled Adversary, and the voiceover for it said this: "You are my adversary, but you are not my enemy. For your resilience gives me strength. Your will gives me, your will gives me courage. Your spirit ennobles me. And though I aim to defeat you, should I succeed, I will not humiliate you. Instead, I will honor you, for without you, I am a lesser man." Moving on to our fourth one, how much do we love ourselves? Truth be told, if something goes wrong with our best friend's performance, we're most likely to put our arms around them, tell them why they don't need to feel so bad, and support and love them. If something goes wrong with our own performance, how often do we show ourselves the same self-compassion? The answer is not very often. But yet again, the athletes that are seen to be most self-compassionate are generally the higher performers. They are the ones that know when something hasn't gone well, that it's not a catastrophe. They can show themselves the best level of self-compassion, self-love, self-respect, and those things drive love for the sport and a sort of bounce back ability that means that you can continue to progress, enjoy your sport more, and perform ultimately better. So if the aim is to move those 4 things forward, how are you doing? Where can you make the biggest gains? Maybe have a think about that, reflect on it, think about how you might be able to take that into your training now, and also when we get back to a bit more of a normal routine after lockdown. I hope that's been helpful. It certainly is a way that I hope helps to improve your performance, as it has done mine and some of the guys that I've done this with. Have a good week. Thank you very much. We'll be back with a new kind of video next week. Bye bye.